Hi, hello, it's me. Well, this is where I live. This is Baja in the south of Hungary. Serbia is about 20 kilometers that way, and this is the River Danube. It's really weird. You get a completely different perspective on modern history living in this part of the world. Yeah, stuff that you'll never learn in school, really. There's this bridge here behind me. That was bombed by the Americans in 1944, completely destroyed. And just behind me, in the water there somewhere, when the water's really low, there's a wreckage of a boat that was strafed by an American P-38 Lightning in the war. And along the riverbank here, thousands of people from this town, they were sent to Auschwitz. And the ones that weren't sent to Auschwitz were lined up on the riverbank here and machine gunned into the river. And it gives you a really different perspective on history, really. In a human lifetime, the Nazis and the Russians have occupied this town. And it makes you wonder, in Britain, we got off fairly light, really. And I can't help thinking that if we'd had to endure some of this sort of horror, that we'd have been a little more enthusiastic about a certain European project I could mention. But anyway, that's all water under the bridge. Anyway, this video is I heard rumours that in the Russian time there was an army base not far from here in the woods in the middle of nowhere, and it was at its peak. It had Russian soldiers, Russian tanks, Russian helicopters. It was a big base, and now it's completely abandoned, and it's virtually impossible to find out any information about it. There's my wife and her friends, they used to play in the woods nearby, and they were told by their mum and their grandma that if ever you see any Russians, you must hide, because they were like the bogeyman. And one day out on my mountain bike, I sort of came across this place, and I decided to finally go back and investigate. But like I say, it's absolutely impossible to find out any information about it. But anyway, I went back, took the GoPro, and had a look, and this is what we came up with. See what you think. Hi there. Well, we went for a look. It's not easy to find, but it's all overgrown in the middle of nowhere. But in the video, the car's parked about there somewhere, and I get out and go for a walk around these buildings. This one here is the big sort of barracks building, and you'll see me walking around upstairs there. There's two more little buildings here, don't know what they are. Perhaps could have been the entrance to the complex, perhaps, who knows. And then I go for a bit of a walk up this hill here, because I've heard a rumour that on top of one of the hills on the complex there's an underground bunker. But it wasn't there, unfortunately, so I'll have to keep looking. And then get back in the car and go for a bit of a drive along these sandy paths. And in several places, in the trees here, for example, there's sort of cutouts, which were like the parking bays for the tanks, I imagine. They're sort of cut into the bank. And you can imagine the tanks parked in there with, covered with camouflage netting perhaps. I don't know. But it's all quite overgrown now. And also, it was the wrong time of year to go, because there's really long grass and we couldn't see any of these sort of features, which, they look suspiciously like shell craters. I know from the locals that they did do live fire up here in the past with rifles and bigger stuff too. So who knows? And then we go for a bit of a drive along this track here, and this is probably the biggest hill on the complex. So this could be the site of the bunker perhaps, but it was so overgrown. All the plants are sort of waist high, so impossible really. And again, lots of really suspicious looking holes, which could be shell holes. And these apparently are tank tracks, but who knows? So we drove around the hill and then disappeared off down this path into the woods and got lost for about an hour. But that's a completely different story. Anyway, here we go. We are completely lost.
Yes.
We can't get out of this place. We're doomed. It is. That's how they find 3 skeletons in a gulf in 10 years' time. I wonder what the hell was going on. That's a lovely noise.
We heard a few times.
Spooky abandoned barracks from the Cold War era. No idea what any of this stuff was. Big old birdie's nest. You see the birdies? Oh, I won't disturb those too much. So what is all this? Ooh, stinging nettles, that's noise. Ah, international language, that's nice. Well, I'm no detective, but I'm imagining this is some sort of toilet shower block. And I think this is probably the main barracks building, I think. Oh wow. Knock knock. Yeah, it's just all Cold War era stuff. No idea. I've asked loads of people about this place and there doesn't seem to be much information about it at all. Another toilet shower, I imagine. It's a really scary sound. It sounds like a bee's nest in here. So you might see me running in a minute. So yeah, I'm guessing barracks. There's nothing here. Shall I try upstairs? Or downstairs even? Oh no. Okay, let's give it a bash. Yeah, you can just sort of imagine these filled with sort of bunk beds, I suppose. And I'm sure that's not a Soviet ladder. Okay. Let's get out of here. Yep. Soviet barracks from the Cold War, long abandoned. Yeah, so I think this bit is the bit from the satellite photos. There seems to be like a bunker and then a big expanse of sort of heath, and it's got tank traps and bomb craters and stuff in it. And in Hungarian this place is called Kékhegy, which means blue mountain. Which is a bit of a joke, because it's the Great Plain and there aren't any mountains really. But for the Great Plain, whew, it's a whopper. Nearly there. Bloody hot today, it's been about 36 Celsius. It's a huge hill. And there's these weird concrete pyramids everywhere. I don't know what that means. If that's perhaps the routes for the tanks or something. 10 what? 10 kilometers per hour? Who knows? Another weird pyramid. And there's one there too. Because it must just mark the path, I suppose. I have no idea.
Can't you track it?
It probably means keep off unexploded ordnance or something, no my luck. And here we have a Soviet era VW Golf. No, that's mine. Nearly trashed the poor thing getting here though.
You don't have your seatbelt on.
That's okay, you're not going to crash, are you?
Nem egy gyorsabban. Mert itt volt valahol egy.
Another weird triangle thing. Oh look, they're everywhere. There must have been tank tracks, tank
Yeah,
paths.
they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the entrance of it.
Yeah, this is the...
Because that was the whole territory, I think.
Yeah,
was
this is the place on the satellite photos. You can see where the bomb craters are, the shell craters.
Yeah. Do you want to stop?
That's okay from the window.
Yeah, there's one and there's another.
So what? That's the tank
And if you want to
parking
come,
places.
there's that.
Ah, okay, yeah. Oh yeah, one there too. Ah, okay.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
nature took it back.
Yeah, it might be better to come in the winter when all the grass is dead, because it's covering all the
Yeah.
shell holes and everything in it. So.
There's some
If you want, you can go up.
No, it's okay.
Tank things.
Mm-hmm.
Can't see anything.
Well, that was quite an experience. But look, civilization, thank God. Whew.
And the cauldron.
Yeah.
The boot of the car.
That was it was an interesting first look.
Yeah, now you can see what you can expect. And
Yeah, so you have to come and have a better look, proper look, a bit more time.
Yes, early spring.
Definitely, yeah, when all the grass is gone.
Yes, but not by car.
No. Yeah, the
No.
mountain bike idea was definitely the best idea, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, that's it.
We can stuck in.
That was our first go at urban exploring. And I'm definitely not Martin Zero.